So this is literally about the 7th time that I'm filming this video, and I'm very annoyed actually because I've been like trying to like get this together, put it together, be done, like, and it's not working, and I'm kind of like, why does the universe not want me to freaking have this video out? But I'm trying again, and I hope this works out this time, and let's get started. This is the story of the time that I got lost in Disney with my boyfriend at about 3 or 2 in the morning. It's not like a fake story, and it's not like a 2-minute story. Like, it's a good, like, in-depth story. I hope that you like it as much as I hopefully will enjoy telling it for the 7th time. I am very familiar with Disney and like the Disney facility, the parks, everything. Not Disneyland, I've never been there, but Disney World in Florida. And I go there often. I go like a good 3 times a year, if not more, sometimes less, but that's like, I normally do go a good 3 to like 2 times a year. My mom has an annual pass to Universal. She trusts me a lot because she knows like that I know my way around Disney. When I go there, I'm normally separate from her because I'm just like, I know what I want to do. She doesn't want to do the same things. I'm like, that's fine. We just separate, meet up. It's good. She was like, you and Connor, who is my boyfriend, can go to Disney for the day, pick whatever park, like one day, one park pass, and just go. And I was going down for a dance thing because that's what we were in Orlando for. And my friend Michael was going too, and so we had a fun day, like a great time. And then around 7 Michael shows up, and we had just like a perfectly fine time. And then we have him call his dad and be like, hey, can I stay until like 12 o'clock? Like, hey, like, can I stay until midnight with them? Like, I'll ride the bus back to the hotel, it should be fine. His dad was cool with it, my mom was cool with it, it was all fine. And so my mom, probably around like 11 or 10, like got back to the hotel room and was like done with her day, fell asleep, like didn't really care because she knew we were fine, because she knew we could like ride the bus back, which like it should have been fine. If our plan went accordingly, like we would have been perfectly fine. We were walking and we walk out to the bus loop for Magic Kingdom, and when you walk out to the left, there's a bus loop for all of the hotels, all the Disney hotels, and there's a list, and the list says, for example, 11 would be Art of Animation Resort, or like this would be the Swan, or that would be the Dolphin, and those are just different Disney resorts. So we look on the list and we didn't see his, which was the Hilton, and it was inside of the Disney facility, but we didn't realize that since it wasn't a Disney hotel, so Hilton isn't owned by Disney, so it's not a Disney hotel. It wasn't there, and we were like, okay, so let's ask someone, see what we need to do. So we asked the woman, she explains that to us and was like, you need to ride the monorail or the ferry boat over to the parking lot, and then there you'll be able to find your bus, taxis, wherever you need to go. We're like, thank you so much, like, thanks. And so then we get across the monorail. It was like midnight at this point. Magic Kingdom normally closes at midnight, but that specific night it was closing at 11 p.m. and it was just very strange to us on the monorail to get him to his hotel. We finally find everything, get it situated, and so he's on his bus ready to go to his hotel. I was like, let's just ride the monorail back over, which was our plan, to ride the monorail back over to Magic Kingdom, get on our bus from there, leave, go to our hotel, we'll be good. And then we walk over to the monorail, and guess what wasn't working? The monorail was closed because it was like an hour after closing time. There wouldn't be anyone coming back to Disney. It would have been closed for an hour, which makes complete sense. I don't know why I didn't think it. Like, I should have had a second, like, I should have had a plan B, but we didn't. So the man is like, you can walk to the Polynesian Resort, and then get a ride from there to Disney Springs, and then ride from Disney Springs to the hotel, because the buses don't go from hotel to hotel, they go from hotel to Big Place to hotel. And basically with like Big Place, what I'm saying is park, hotel, Disney Springs, like shopping area, but not hotel to hotel. And so we're like, thank you so much, sir. I don't know why I did this, but I was like, oh, let's find the bus to Disney Springs, because my head was like bus, even though he said walk. And we don't find the bus after like stressing for about 10 minutes because there wasn't a bus. So we realized after asking another worker that we're supposed to walk to the Polynesian Resort. And so we walked and we finally got there, and it was about 12:30 and no one was in sight, because that makes sense. It was 12 a.m., midnight, like no one was going to be outside. And lucky enough, a man that was working there walked outside and he was like, "Hey, do you guys need any help?" And we were like, "Yes, please, sir. Like we're kind of lost. We're confused. We need to find the bus stop." And he's like, "Yeah, I got you." And like he helped us. And then he was like, "Honestly, if you need to get back to your hotel as soon as possible, since it's so late, I'm sure he could like call in and take you straight to the hotel." And I was like, "Thank you, sir. That's so dope. Like, thanks. That's cool." And so we walked to the bus stop, and then we're sitting there, and I'm waiting, and I'm stressing because my mom's asleep. Like, I'm a 15-year-old girl lost inside of a huge facility in an even bigger city that I'm just not familiar with. And I was like, what do I do? Like, we were looking at the screen with like the estimated arrival time in the screen. It said 12:50, and then 12:55, and then 1, and then 1:05, and then 1:10, and then it came around like 1:10, 1:15, but like it kept getting later, and it just built up so much stress. Like I was like, okay, so we're just not gonna go, like tonight, we're not gonna go home, like not home, the hotel. We're not gonna get back to the hotel. Like I was freaking stressed, like oh my gosh. And so then we're about to get on, and as soon as we get on, like as soon as my foot touches that bus, another 2 people walk up, so we couldn't ask the man to take us straight to the hotel. Another 2 people walked up and got on it with us, and I was like, good, thank you so much. Like, oh my gosh, like where were you like 10 minutes ago? At least don't get my hopes up. Oh my god, I was mad. But so we got on the bus, took like a 20-minute bus ride to Disney Springs. We got there, and then we got off the bus, and we were like, okay, thank God, we know we're getting back now. And then I looked for the sign for our hotel. Like, if you've ever been to Disney, you know there's like a bunch of different like lines for different places. Any theme park, actually. And guess what? Guess what happened? I'll just like let you think about it for a second, just 1 second. There wasn't a bus for our hotel, and no one else was there except for one man. Luckily, my boyfriend, who is a very kind person, knowing that he was scared, knowing that he was stressed as well, he was calming me down and trying to help me out. He's like, we're gonna be fine, like we're gonna get back, like you don't need to worry about this, like I got you, I got this, like we both can handle this, like we're fine. And it was very helpful in the moment, but I was also still stressed, so I don't know. But when I saw that like there wasn't a bus for our hotel, I just laughed. Like I was like, this is a joke, like this isn't happening. Like my life, like I'm dreaming, like I'm literally like not awake right now in my bed dreaming, like in my hotel bed, like I'm asleep. He's like, okay, like calm down, like I'm gonna go ask this man. So this man was like, yeah, I got you. And then he hooked us up with like a private ride, you know, like we got that like high class like private ride. No, honestly, it was really awkward because this man was like very helpful, but it was still like we were the only 2 people on a huge bus at 2:30 in the morning, and like whatever, like it's okay. It's like another like 15-minute bus ride. Got to our hotel, and I guess the bus stop, like the one bus stop at the Art of Animation Resort, which was where we were staying, was at the lobby, which was at the front of the hotel, which was fine. And the Art of Animation Resort is set up in sections, like one is Cars, then the next is Nemo, then the Lion King, and then the Little Mermaid. And they're fairly like far from each other, like they're very big sections, so it's kind of like they're not going to be super close. So we were looking, and we were in the Cars, like Nemo area, like looking on my phone, like let me check my 1% about to die phone and see where my mom texted me earlier where our room is. And like I was like, okay, my phone's about to die. Like I was stressed. So check my phone, and guess where we're staying? Guess where all of the big like huge amount of rooms, like we were staying in the Little Mermaid. And we got there and we like walked like a mile, like at least a mile, like, and it was like so late and we already walked so much that day, so tired, like I was mad. So we walked to the Little Mermaid, and then it was like cute, and like I get that they're like big for decoration, like I understand that and I respect that, I love it, but not when I'm like lost at like 2 in the morning, you know, like it's like not my favorite thing. Look, and there's like a big statue of Triton, and then there's a big statue of Ursula, and then like in the very back, like 400, 500 feet from us was like Ariel's side. And I checked, and I was like, our room was like this number, and I look at the numbers on the top. And we were on the aerial side, and I was like, of course, like, nothing is working out for me. And I hope you enjoyed this story as much as I enjoyed telling it. I really enjoyed making a storytime video. I can't wait to edit this and post it, and like, I can't wait to see what you guys think. So.